Drake's nostrils flared at the stench of torn flesh and congealing blood. The dirt floor of the abandoned warehouse soaked up the spattered body fluids of the dead wolf wares, the corpses gleaming wetly under the slivers of silver moon lancing through the holes in the dilapidated roof. Her mate panted beside her, Sylvan's dusty blonde hair matted with sweat, and her bronze skin streaked with blood. Sylvan's lean, muscular body glistened with a damp coating of adrenaline and pheromones. 4 deep, ragged claw marks gouged her side. Ragged rents from the rogue's teeth covered her chest and shoulders. The rogue leader had not died easily. "How bad is it?" Drake didn't speak aloud. She wouldn't let the others know of her worry, but she didn't need to. Their mate bond connected them emotionally, physically, and psychically. They'd all been in pelt during the battle and had shifted back to skin at the end of the fight. Sylvan's wounds should have healed already, but she wasn't at full strength. Not 24 hours before, Drake had plunged her claws into Sylvan's abdomen and extracted multiple silver bullet fragments. The silver still circulated in Sylvan's system, poisoning her. Drake shuddered. She'd come so close to losing her, and her mate wasn't out of danger yet. Someone still wanted Sylvan dead. "Sylvan, how bad?" "The muscles in my side are torn. He missed my hip joint. I'm already healing." "You need to shift. You'll heal faster." Drake leaned against Sylvan, needing the contact. Needing much more than that, but waiting until Sylvan had given her orders to the hunters. The Centauri, Sylvan's elite guard, formed a semicircle behind them, protecting their flanks. Sylvan had led them on a hunting raid in retribution for the assassination attempt against her that had nearly killed Lara, one of her Centauri. She'd accepted the rogue ware's challenge and fought to the death. Drake understood why Sylvan had accepted the rogue's challenge and why she had faced him alone, but standing by and watching the larger, mad wolf rip and tear at her mate had nearly driven her mad. She'd wanted to throw herself into the fight, to put her own body between Sylvan and the rogue, to tear his heart from his chest. She'd done nothing. Sylvan was alpha, and she could not rule her pack if she could not stand to a challenge. The Timberwolf pack respected her, loved her, but they would not follow an alpha who could not protect them. Without a strong leader and a clear hierarchy, a social order of predators that was ruled as much by instinct as intellect would descend into chaos. Drake knew all that, but her instincts, her very soul, railed at her to protect her mate. The urge still made her guts churn. "You should be healed by now. Shift, Sylvan. After I get my hunters home. Nikki will safeguard your Centauri. Please, love. Trust me, mate. I am more than strong enough to do what needs to be done. For my wolves, for you." Sylvan clasped the back of Drake's neck, her still extruded claws lightly scratching at the thick muscles along Drake's spine. Drake suppressed a shiver of pleasure. Battle released a flood of neurotransmitters that blocked pain, but once the threat had passed, the chemicals morphed into sexual stimulants. All the hunters with Sylvan were aroused. So was she, even more than the others. She and Sylvan were newly mated, and the mate bond demanded near constant physical connection and sexual release in order to fuse the chemical and hormonal markers that defined them as a mated pair. "Then hurry and finish. We don't know how many more rogues may be on their way, and you fought enough this night." "You worry too much." Sylvan's thought held a hint of laughter and the pride that ran in the blood of a long line of alpha wares. With no hint of a limp, Sylvan strode to the two cowering rogues who knelt in pools of blood and submissive urine, their heads bowed, limbs trembling. Drake and the hunters had killed the other rogues, leaving these two alive to bear witness to the outcome of the challenge and to spread the message that Sylvan was alive. Not only alive, but deadly, and without mercy.